Hey folks, today is Friday, April 4th. It is 4:07 p.m. and the temperature is a pretty nice 9 degrees Celsius. And I'm here just north of the intersection of Yonge and College. And that's a look north, up Yonge Street. And this is, of course, downtown Toronto. Well, you could also say Yonge and Carlton, as Carlton is the street to the east of Yonge. And College heads west of Yonge Street over to Lansdowne Avenue. And in this one, I'll be walking west along College to the western edge of downtown. I'll finish up at Bathurst or somewhere around there. It should be a little under 2.5 kilometers or so in total. Here's the somewhat legendary Fran's Diner. You don't see overhang facades like this too often. And their rooftop upstairs patio is open. That's been a picture of this area for 85 years.
She was so enthusiastic. She's like, going out? Yes.
I think that's a native fire ceremony. Just on the sidewalk. No bylaws being broken there. That person just said, oh my God, he's taking pictures. Well, you have a fire going on the sidewalk right next to the Toronto Police headquarters. There's a 506 Carlton streetcar, one that is out of service. And this walk will be taking us through the University of Toronto, St. George campus. There's a plaque commemorating early policing in Toronto. College Park right there. Neat view of the Aura Tower as I cross over to the south side of the street. College Street actually gets its name from the University of Toronto, which we'll be walking past pretty soon. There's another out-of-service streetcar. We are there. past Queen's Park and the University of Toronto. And I'm gonna do a live stream, and I need to make my way to the east side of downtown. It's an interesting day weather-wise. At moments it feels quite chilly. And when the breeze dies down, it definitely feels on the warm side. There's an eastbound 506 Carlton streetcar. And we're walking by the original location of Toronto General Hospital, which is now the Mars campus. It's a center for innovation. And it's connected to Queen's Park Station. And these bike lanes were semi-upgraded to protected status last year. Although for this stretch, they just laid down some curbs quite lazily. But it is properly separated and elevated further west of here. There's a new UFT building. I think College Street originally marked the southern end of the University of Toronto's land grant. And that dates back to 1827. There's a plaque commemorating the original Toronto General Hospital facility. And this is University Avenue coming up. We will probably be passing quite a few students along this stretch. Guy looked like a video game character. There's Queen's Park, home of the Provincial Legislative Assembly. And look south down Hospital Row. There's an Uber. I just learned of a new service called Hop that has entered the Toronto Market. And currently they've got a 50% off promo going. I haven't tried it yet, but I've got the app and I signed up for it. I verified that the prices being offered are about half of what you would expect from Lyft or Uber. It's just a ploy to get people to use the app and start using the service regularly. They'll hike the price soon enough. Here's the Stewart Building, designed by E.J. Lennox. That dates back to 1894. It's quite ornate. E.J. Lennox also designed New City Hall, or Old City Hall actually, and Castelloma, and there's a plan to redevelop it. We have this 60-story monster jut up from right behind it. I think that would require gutting most of the building. This is McCall Street coming up. Just walking around with a box on his head. There's the Smith Social House. They have some retro nights up on the second floor. That's where I went for Halloween. That's the main entrance to the St. George campus. A lot of businesses serving the student crowd. Unfortunately, this building is getting ripped down. There's a neat vantage point of the tower.
into the second round.
And to the north, we have St. George Street. And to the south, Beverly Street. I'll take you through the campus, and just north of Bloor Street, you'll find St. George subway station. There's the main bookstore at U of T.
Because they're like that.
We are almost at the north end of Chinatown. There's a library branch that is fairly new in the grand scheme of things, but it certainly could pass as an older one. The Lillian H. Smith branch. I think that goes back to about 1995. Taking up a new cafe. Set the timer. Panera Bread. Panera is coming back. They had a big flagship location just north of Yonge and Dundas that closed several years ago. They're giving it another go. It's the north end of Chinatown. I'll be walking alongside Kensington Market. Going to cross over to the north side here.
If I would, I would just enter the line.
There's the 510 Spadina streetcar, which just returned to service here not too long ago. was supposed to come back in December.
Yeah, she was like, our host was like, oh yeah, I have bikes. Wow. You've been Chelsea? You've been? No? How do you know it's in? Oh, it's
Awesome tteokbokki. Authentic Korean street food. That's pretty new. Here's the new home of the Urbane Cyclists. They used to be down on John Street. About a single speed from them. When I moved back to Canada from Korea, that's a worker co-op. There's Canada Computers. There's a viewer of this channel who works there, and that is where I picked up a motherboard, CPU, and RAM combo. And I upgraded my PC. Saved about $400 on that. So the neighborhood to the north of here is Harbour Village. On the south side, we have Kensington Market. And here those elevated and separated bike lanes are. Fancy Franks. $10% off a hot dog if you're a student. This is Augusta Avenue. That'll take you south down the heart of Kensington Market. Very eclectic neighborhood. It's a really old fire hall. Lebanese garden. I'd say the weather is definitely cooling off. This used to be where Kaplansky's was. deli. You could get a decent Montreal smoked meat sandwich there. Voodoo Child espresso and cocktail bar. There's some hole-in-the-wall kind of places here. The Cloak and Dagger, I've been there. There's Croft Street. Or to keep going west. Once I cross Bathurst, we'll be in Little Italy. There's a place I haven't really noticed before, a Happy Burger. And the Green Room used to be located up in the annex. Little Jerry. This is a popular watering hole, Bistro 422. Amongst the price-conscious college crowd. And Midnight Snack Bar is pretty cool. I think there's like a Tokyo theme going on there. And a bougie Starbucks. Bathurst Street. Just gonna go south here a little bit. This video's a little on the short side. I'm gonna do a live stream as soon as I'm done recording this. That's the legendary Sneaky D's. That used to be located north of here at Bloor Street. Got some legendary nachos there. It was announced there were redevelopment plans for this building and they would have to find a new home, but they seem to have stalled. We're now going southbound Bathurst. On the downtown side, there's a redevelopment plan where that beer store is. It's a very suburban design. And where this development is, the original plan was for Walmart to move in. There was fierce opposition from a Kensington Market neighborhood association. And I think the city ended up putting a square footage limit as to what could go in there. That's the old Cromer radio spot. And we ended up with a Freshco supermarket and a Winners. As the primary anchor tenants. Walmart does have urban format stores they have in some parts of the world. Kind of similar to how IKEA has a pared down urban version. All things considered, I think what we got isn't that bad. But there's been a lot of concern over protecting the character of Kensington Market. And I think the addition of a Walmart was seen as a threat to that. Thank you. This is Toronto Western Hospital on the left. And we are almost at Dundas Street. Year of the Rabbit. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here and set up a live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. As we get a look towards the CN Tower, do let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you wish to support what I do on YouTube. There's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is also a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. That's about it for College Street and a little bit of Bathurst. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yonk.